Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Annette. Thank you so much for tuning in again to another video tutorial. And today I bring you from BeeBeeCraft their set of crystal faceted teardrop dangle earrings. And this box that you see here, and I've shown you on my unboxing, will create 6 pairs of different earrings. And today we're going to create one of those pairs of earrings because it's basically the same thing when you go through all of them. So let's get to it. I'm going to pull out just a couple of things that I am going to be using. You can absolutely create different types of earrings for this. You have so many in here that you can definitely create up to 12 pairs. So let's get to it. Okay, so here are all the materials that you are going to need for this particular earring, and I'm going to be using my flat nose pliers that I have right here. I have 2 of them because I need to hold that jump ring, and I'm going to be doing that with both of these pliers. And what I'm going to start doing is just separating this jump ring. I'm going to hold it right there in the center. I'm going to separate them just like that. I'm going to take my faceted bead and I'm going to put the jump ring through. You see how that went through right there? And then I'm going to close this because I really don't need this to be open right now. And what this does is that it gives you a dangly earring just like that. See how beautiful that looks? So I'm going to repeat the step on this one. Okay, now that I have finished that, the next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to take the head pins and I'm going to put them through these faceted beads and I'm going to create a loop at the top. Okay, so I am going to use my round nose pliers and I'm going to bend this wire. I'm going to put this right here and then I'm going to bend this wire just that way. And then I'm going to close this as a loop just like that. And you'll have a perfect loop right there. And that's the loop that I'm going to use to put it through the ear lever. Okay, so let's do that really quick. This right here, you can separate it. It has a space right here, so you open front to back. And then you put your bead through it and you close it. And then you do the same with this side. You open it front to back. And then you put your earrings through, your loop through it, and you close it. And look how simple. We have finished the earring. Isn't that gorgeous? That's a gorgeous earring. I'm going to repeat the step on this one, and then we're going to move to another type of version of earring for you. Okay, you guys, what I did was I changed my background because it seemed like the other background that I had got a little bit confusing when I went to look at the videos to edit them. And I think you can see very well with this darker background. So I'm going to go again through what we did. We grabbed our faceted glass bead and we have a jump ring right here. We're going to take 2 flat nose pliers and we're going to open this jump ring. These are very simple kits that beginners to advanced can create. You can, if you're an advanced person, you can definitely get very creative with this. And instead of using the jump rings, you can use wire and wrap it around. So this is great for advanced or beginners. Okay, so I have closed my jump ring. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my head pin and the actual bead that's going to go through. And I'm going to create a loop here. So for that, I'm going to use my round nose pliers, which I have right here. And the way I do that is I pinch it and I bend this sideways like that. I hope you can see that. There you go. And then what I do is I can definitely come over here and bend this over, but I don't want this loop to be too big. So I am going to cut this a little bit. So let me do that really quick. Just very little, just the tip of that wire. I just want to cut it because I don't want such a big loop. I'm going to grab it right there and you can feel it right here. And then I'm going to turn, and I'm going to create a loop, and there's my loop. You see what I was saying, that this turns out to be too big for it. So I think I'm going to grab another head pin and I'm going to fix that loop to where it sits there more comfortably, because right now it has some wiggle right here and I'm not happy with that. So this is a great thing about these kits, that they absolutely come with additional pieces in them, and we can just go in and exchange or find a new one. So I'm going to use this size right here, which is a small head pin. I'm going to put my bead through it. There we go. And then I'm going to definitely turn this head pin to the side just like that. And I can see that this head pin was shorter than the previous one, so I'm going to grab it right there, and I'm just going to turn, and create a loop. And let me show you sideways how that looks. There we go. You see that? So that's exactly what I'm looking for. Oops, let's turn it. There you go. Okay, so that's a much better size. That way it matches my other earring. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the ear lever, and this has a small area right here where I can do an opening. I'm going to grab my flat nose pliers, and I'm going to absolutely just open that front to back gently so you don't break anything. I am going to put in my piece of the earring that I did right there. I'm going to close this front to back. I'm going to grab the loop that I just created, open it front to back. Okay, here we go. Oops, I had it the wrong way, I'm sorry. Front to back. And then I'm going to put my piece, my second piece, in there. I'm going to close it. There we go. And then there's the earring. I have created the two beautiful earrings. Now, the good thing about the kit is that you can create many different variations of earrings. Like this bead right here is just different than these other ones. I want to create a variation of those earrings. I'm going to put them aside because I like this bead, except this faceted bead comes from the bottom all the way to the top instead of going sideways like the other one. So for this one, we're going to need a head pin that's long enough for us to do that. And then I am going to grab the other part of it. This one, I could do it with white. I could do it with blue. Or I can definitely put a green, which I'm going to do the green one there. Okay. Now, if I don't want anything going through here, these head pins absolutely are the best ones to use because they have the loop at the end. So when you put this in there, it just holds on to that. My problem with that is that this remains out. So if you want to eliminate that look, all you have to do is pull your bead back just a little bit and then bend this sideways, just like that. That's not going to go anywhere, and that will serve as the bottom for your earring. You see that? And you can bend it as much as you want to or as little as you want to. That way, when the earring actually hangs, it's just that little piece back there that you have. Nobody needs to notice that it won't go through. So that's what I will do with these head pins that are a little bit longer. I don't know why they're bent, but we can fix that with our hands. So again, I grab this with my flat nose pliers and I bend it completely. That way it makes like a little stand right there. Then I put my bead through it. There you go. And then I can continue. Either I can create a loop here and then add more beads, or I can just close this here and that will be my earring. So whatever your preference is, then that's what I would do. The other thing you can definitely do is if you don't like this bending like that, this is what I would do. I'm going to put it back again where it was. I would grab this end right here, and I'm going to start twisting it to where I create the smallest little loop that I can create, okay? The smallest loop that you can create. And then after I do that, I'm going to grab it with my flat nose pliers, and I'm going to hold it there. And I'm going to start creating like a spiral, okay? Just a small spiral, just like that. There you go. See the spiral there? That's what I'm going to create. And then here is where I'm going to bend. I'm going to bend this a little bit, just like that, to where it's more diagonal than anything. And once I grab it here, I'm just going to straighten it out. So it's going to look something like this, okay? This is just a quick sample. That's what it's going to look like. You see, it looks like a little S or a little C there. And the reason I'm doing that is so this bead can go through it and sit on it, and it doesn't look as awkward as the other side. So I'm going to cut this end right here, and I'm just going to put the bead through it. And then this is just going to sit right there, just like that. Do you see that? It sits just in there, like a little spiral. So it doesn't, you can't see it from the top or the sides. You're going to see it from the bottom. So that is what I'm more interested in. So now this here, I will just bend, just like that, bend sideways. I'm going to cut it because I want the loop to be smaller. So let's cut that really quick. And you kind of eyeball that however you want it. You want a big loop, then leave it longer. You want a shorter loop, then that's what you do. There we go. And then now this is the loop that I'm going to use to connect my other beads to it. So let's do that one more time with this one. Okay, let me straighten this out with my hands. So this side I'm not interested in, so I'm just going to cut that side. Okay, and I'm just going to have just a regular pin, and I'm going to take the smallest side, and let me see if I can do it from the top. I'm going to take this to the smallest tip of my tool, and I'm just going to create the smallest spiral. You see that there? I hope you can see that. I'm just going to grab it with my flat nose pliers, and I'm going to start doing a the loop I'm going to use to connect my other beads. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to do the green one because I think that green one looks very pretty. So let me get those from in here. There we go. I mean, you can use any of these to make different combos on them, but I think that's going to work. So now I'm going to use, let me see, I need a smaller head pin. I mean, smaller eye pin. I keep calling them head pins, but they're eye pins. See, that's too long for me, so I don't need that to be too long. But it doesn't seem like there's many of them. Oh, I found one here. I like it. You see how them different sizes? I actually need this size right here, so I need one more of those. See if I can, there we go, I have two. Okay, so now I'm done with this. And what we're gonna do is, let me move this aside. I hope I was on focus when I was doing that. And I'm gonna grab the actual ear lever here too. I'm gonna take 2 of these, okay? So I'm gonna put my little bicone in here, in there, and then I'm gonna create a loop. I'm gonna bend this for sure because I want this to be a small loop. I gotta cut it because I think it's too long. So I'm gonna cut that. And then I'm going to do this right here. I'm gonna open it and I'm gonna put it through the ear lever. Close it. And then I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna open the one in the bottom, front to back. And then I'm gonna put my other piece of the earring. I'm gonna close this. And then there's my earring. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I think it turned out to be really pretty. Very simple and easy. So I'm going to create the next one. Put my bicone through. I'm going to bend my wire. L shape, too long. I'm just going to cut it. I'm going to put this through here. Open it front to back. This through. Close it. Open the other side. Put this one through. Close it. And we have the other earring. There we go. I think that turned out to be gorgeous. This is my other pair, but you have different ones in here that you can definitely create the teardrop ones. I should have created a teardrop one. I think that's beautiful. Let me see this one right here. That blue one is so pretty. And this one, if I just wanted to create a short, simple earring, I can do that. How about we do that with these? Okay, let's do that. We have here the jump rings. I'm gonna take 2 of those. And then we're going to take 2 of the little ones. Okay. This is all part of the kit. We just need 2 of those. Okay. And then we're going to grab 2 ear levers to use them. Very simple. We are going to open our jump ring. We are going to put our bead through. We're going to close. And now, because I want this earring to be facing forward when the ear lever is up here, I have to put a jump ring because that jump ring is going to do a cross and it's going to help me get this all straightened out. So I'm going to do that one, and then I'm going to do that one, and then that's it. Then I want to close it, and when I put my earring on, look at that. Wasn't that simple? Very simple. So we're going to do another one. Let's do that one. Okay. We're going to open. So there's different variations of earrings that you can create with this kit, which I love that. Can do longer, super long, super short. Can actually, instead of just opening this jump ring, I can put it in there just like that. Close it. And then just hold this piece right here and open this one. So you have a variety of ways that you can do this. Put that in there. And I'm just going to let that. Oops, I'm going to let that jump ring go through. I'm going to close this. And there you have it. There's the earring. There you go. You have 3 different ones. I think they turn out to be beautiful. Again, this is the set from BeeBeeCraft. And I really hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial, that you have learned something, and that you love the earrings that I created. And if you like my videos, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so you can be notified of future videos. Until next time, God bless.